language of lockdown. As we battle corona and struggle not to lose, a change has occurred in the language we use. Key phrases and words now familiar each day. The language of lockdown shapes what we read, hear and say. Words like furlough, pandemic, COVID, Wuhan, daily briefing, homeschooling, payment holiday plan, volunteer responders, face masks, PPE, flatten the curve, keep 2 meters from me. The vulnerable, shielded, 1 in, 1 out shopping, bar charts and graphs, figures rising and dropping. Ventilators, rainbows, sanitizers, gowns, persistent cough, sense of smell, keep your temperature down. Increased daytime drinking, no flour, bad hair. Hope you don't need a dentist, there isn't one there. Social distancing measures might well be here to stay. How can public transport stay safe in this way? Clapping on a Thursday, a quarantine date. The key letter R states the infection rate. Hellos to strangers, pavement etiquette. Testing, testing, testing. Still targets not met. Fire brigade delivering prescriptions to us. No non-essential travel and avoid train or bus. As lockdown starts easing, go to work on a bike. Rules still must be followed, no secondary spike. Isolation, confinement, mental health issues, coughs caught and contained, careful disposal of tissues. Avoidance of touching hands, eyes and face, COVID alert system to inform, track and trace. An increase in fines for those flouting the rules, the planned phased reopening for business and schools, bailouts, business loans, a future of debt. The recession that's looming may be the biggest yet. Consequences are long-term as we all count the cost, the true price being paid by those loved ones we've lost. But these dark days will pass and a calm will return. There'll be critical blaming, harsh lessons to learn. Were we too slow to react? Did we take far too long? Hope we focus on what we did right more than wrong. Opposing opinions on how we've been led. Recriminations against what was said or unsaid. To achieve and succeed must come from the top. But was Boris's job one that you'd want to swap? In future days of reflection, when all this is through, there's no one who'd want the job he's had to do. New words now common in the language we share. Stay safe, stay alert, and above all, take care. This next poem I've written is called A Viral Point of View. They say I started in China, a place called Wuhan. I soon became famous for my world threat to man. I mutate and develop. I'm one you can't see. That didn't matter. You made it easy for me. To take on the human race, that's one I could win. My rapid infection force about to begin. Deploying my armies, north, east, west and south, you transported us swiftly through nose, eyes and mouth. We travelled the globe with you across far-reaching lands, ably assisted by your poorly washed hands. History proved just how easy it'd be. Didn't you learn from smallpox and TB? No difficulty spreading my troops far and wide. An invisible demon needs nowhere to hide. A powerful strain that you cannot control. You've no arsenal of weapons yet ready to hold. How deftly my presence and coverage increased. Your high numbers contracting, infecting, deceased. As your evil enemy excelling with ease, at least close your borders. Make it hard for me, please. I like to evolve, keep ahead of your curve. If you enable infection, you get what you deserve. No target, just randomly selecting my prey. Your world's at my feet as you're finding each day. Too late for many, once I was detected. You freely passed me around, you just weren't protected. You say I will visit once each 100 years. That's no comfort for those bereaved and in tears. I might appear sooner with stealth and surprise. I'm adept at adapting, can transform and disguise. Identify me as one thing, I'll immediately transform. I'm virulent, volatile, I just don't conform. When you look back at my sheer devastation, keep working on treatments and vaccine creation. Build your reserves when you think you've won. I could rise and repeat, I may never be gone. Keep calm and carry on, being complacent and smug. We'll meet again soon. I'm your next superbug. The final battle between us remains to be seen. I'm your killer corona. Call me COVID-19. This poem is called Lockdown Daze. History in the making for our modern developed world. We thought man had it covered till catastrophe unfurled. A virulent, vile army, an enemy unseen, caused the world to buckle under the biggest threat there'd ever been. So I took some time to document how our lockdown days at home were spent. Could not go out, were feeling trapped. Thank you Thursdays when we clapped. Who'd have thought it come to pass? You'd watch your world from behind your glass. Mundane journeys became a treat. Hairdressers you couldn't wait to meet. Proved we only need to fill surgeries with patients truly ill. Ailments that might have made you groan seems can be helped by telephone, reminding us that A and E's are only for emergencies. People read real books again, completed jigsaws, played board games. Stay home, save lives, remain indoors. Queen's speech reflected time to pause. The country yearned its safe return, where people earn and children learn. Tired of home-based novelty, what will post-COVID normal be? Posters proudly thanking those, windows, pavements, bright rainbows. A daily walk, a shopping queue, 2 meters behind and in front of you. Economy reeling, financial costs, families devastated by each sad loss. Crisis helpline take-up soars, hidden demons behind closed doors, watching worldwide wipe out wealth, paying the price with our mental health. Precious first weeks lived out on a screen, a camera held tight where a hug should have been. High-resolution expressions captured so well, while you crave tiny fingers and that newborn smell. Silver surfers, a wealth of new skill sets were found. Zooming, FaceTiming, talents abound. Changes to programs, favourite soaps. As episodes dwindled, how would storylines cope? Fuel prices tumbling, far fewer cars. Seats empty in restaurants, theatres and bars. Food boxes delivered, cars gleaming pristine. Lawns trimmed to perfection, dogs more walked than they've been. More online deliveries than ever before, sorting out cupboards and wardrobes and drawers. Inspired home baking till we ran out of flour. Online quizzes and crosswords maintaining brain power. Hands washed whilst singing happy birthday. A 20-second regime keeps the virus at bay. Watching daily the government briefing and news, most knew that we can't pick and choose which rules we liked or we'd prolong and enforce lockdown dragging on. Made time for VE commemorations, the virus toned down celebrations. A nation that stood strong back then, showing that same spirit once again. These words, I hope, will tell the tale. How we endured and endeavoured to prevail, and hope generations yet to come have learned from this and what we've done. Right now, we're battling to survive, to win this war and save more lives. This relentless fight might tax and tire us, but Britain will succeed and beat this virus.